Welcome into This Week in Georgia Tech Athletics. I'm your host, Kyle Tait. Each week on Monday and Thursday, I give you a rundown of all the happenings across Georgia Tech sports. Big game in men's basketball tonight as the Jackets welcome the Florida State Seminoles to Alexander Memorial Coliseum. Tickets are still available for tonight's 7 p.m. contest. Florida State is garnering votes in both major polls with a record of 16-7 and 6-3 in conference. The Noles have been particularly impressive on the road, winning a conference-high 5 road games to date this season. Hope you can make it out to the Thriller Dome tonight at 7 p.m. to cheer on your Jackets. Women's basketball is also in action against Florida State this weekend. They'll take on the Seminoles tomorrow night, that's Friday, on the road in Tallahassee. The Lady Jackets are in dire need of a win, coming off 2 heartbreaking losses, an overtime loss to Miami and a buzzer-beating 3-pointer to Maryland. Florida State is playing very well this season. They're ranked number 15 in the country with a 19-5 record, tied for second in the ACC with a 7-2 conference mark. Tip-off from Tallahassee is at 6:30 p.m. on Friday. The game is the front end of the ACC women's basketball doubleheader on Fox Sports South. Following Florida State, it's a quick turnaround for the team. They welcome NC State Sunday for a 5 p.m. contest. The Wolfpack have had their share of struggles, posting a 10-13 record and 1-7 mark in conference. But they're no team to overlook. They jumped out to a 20-point lead over the then unbeaten Duke Blue Devils just a few weeks ago. Then they stayed close with nationally ranked Miami and Florida State. It should be a good contest, and to add to it, it's the annual Pink Zone game. The Lady Jackets will don the pink uniforms to support breast cancer research, and they ask that you wear pink to the game as well to support the cause. Come on out for a 5 p.m. tip-off with the Lady Jackets taking on NC State at Alexander Memorial Coliseum on Sunday. If you can't make it out to the game, it'll air on ESPN2. Men's tennis continued their winning ways on Wednesday, handling Georgia State 7-0 at the Biltmore Tennis Center. Doubles tandem of Dean O'Brien and Guillermo Gomez remained unbeaten this spring. Gomez also picked up his 101st career singles win, tying Tech women's tennis coach Brian Shelton for second on the all-time win list. Tech men's head coach Kenny Thorne holds the school record for career singles wins at 112. Next up for Tech, it's the rivalry match. The Jackets welcome the number 11 Georgia Bulldogs to the Biltmore Tennis Center for a 1 p.m. match on Saturday. Georgia will be the highest-ranked opponent the Jackets have faced this season. It's also alumni weekend at the center, as all Georgia Tech tennis alums in attendance will be honored upon their return to the Flats. If you haven't seen a tennis match in person, this is one you do not want to miss, with some of the best college players in the country doing battle. Hope you can make it out Saturday at 1 p.m. We can't forget about women's tennis either. They have a home match on Sunday against the Auburn Tigers at 2 p.m. The team will have had 9 days off since their 5-2 loss at Georgia last Friday. Auburn is ranked number 61 in the country as a team, and they boast the 21st best doubles duo in Jacqueline Kassler and Paulina Shippers. Come on out and support the tennis program, both men's and women's, all weekend long at the Biltmore Tennis Center. Again, Saturday at 1 p.m., the men take on Georgia, while Sunday at 2 p.m., the women welcome the Auburn Tigers. Sunday is also the annual Ace for the Cure event, where the Jackets will be raising money for breast cancer research and awareness. The Jackets will wear pink and need you there to support the cause. It's finally time to begin talking about Georgia Tech softball. Their season begins on Friday down in Claremont, Florida, as they participate in the NTC Elite Tournament. The Jackets will play 5 games in 3 days as a part of the event, kicking off the tournament with Florida Atlantic Friday afternoon at 2:30 p.m., followed by a 5 p.m. contest with Chattanooga. On Saturday, the Jackets will face Fordham at 4 p.m. and Chattanooga again at 6:30 p.m. before closing out the weekend Sunday with an 11 a.m. contest with Fordham once again. The Jackets open yet another highly anticipated season under head coach Sharon Perkins as they begin play ranked number 17 in the country and picked unanimously to win the ACC. Your first chance to catch Georgia Tech softball at home will be March 2nd at 5 p.m. against Niagara. The indoor track and field season keeps rolling this weekend as the Jackets head back to Clemson, South Carolina, this time for the annual Tiger Paw Invitational. The meet is the final tune-up before the ACC Indoor Championships take place in Blacksburg, Virginia in 2 weeks' time. Competition is slated for Friday and Saturday from Clemson. The swim and dive team is idle this weekend in terms of competition. They're preparing to host the Women's ACC Championship meet beginning next Wednesday the 16th, with the Men's ACC Championship meet to follow beginning February 23rd. Both events will be held at the Georgia Tech Aquatic Center, and the Jackets need your help. Both events are in need of volunteers, with a variety of volunteer positions available for you to choose from. Please check RamblinWreck.com for more information and to volunteer. Finally, Georgia Tech football and baseball season tickets are on sale now. For information and to purchase yours today, visit www.RamblinWreck.com/tickets. That'll do it for this week in Georgia Tech Athletics. We hope you'll join us next time. For more information on any of these stories or for ticket information, visit the official website of Georgia Tech Athletics, www.ramblinrec.com. And don't forget to check back on Monday for the next installment of This Week in Georgia Tech Athletics. Until then, I'm your host, Kyle Tait, saying, what's the good word?